Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Tuesday morning session, Getting Your Private Training Provider Prepared for JobTrainer and Upcoming Intakes. If this is your first time here with us, my name is Nalina, and I'm joined by my amazing colleague, Ash, to talk about the JobTrainer initiative and discuss ways to prepare your organization for funding. Now, although the JobTrainer program is Australia-based, the principles we are discussing today in the session can be applied to any training organization, whether you are in New Zealand, Singapore, or even South Africa. So firstly, some housekeeping. Now at the bottom of your Zoom control panel, you can use the Q&A window to type in your questions. We have divided our presentation into two 20-minute sessions, allowing a 10-minute Q&A break in between. So note down anything that you may have during our presentation, and we will get back to them during the break. Now you can also raise your hand virtually to get our attention if you have any technical difficulties, and use the chat window to chat with us and other participants in the webinar. We will also be posting some useful links in there, so stay tuned. Now we will also have a quiz at the end of our session, where you will stand a chance to win a Wisenet hoodie and enter a draw for a $500 gift card. We will also be giving away one Wisenet hoodie to a lucky participant from our session. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, the JobTrainer initiative was announced by the Australian government in July 2020. This is a $1 billion skills training fund, which will provide an upward of 340,000 training places to help school leavers and job seekers access free or low-cost courses in identified skill need areas. The federal government will also provide $500 million with match contributions from state and territory governments. Now, to identify the job growth industries, an indicative list of qualifications will be created by the National Skills Commission based on its own research, analysis, and consultation with stakeholder organizations. This list will help inform discussions and in turn determine the offering scope to be funded via the JobTrainer Fund. Information on training places delivered under JobTrainer Fund will also be made available through the National Careers Institute on the MySkills website. Now, the training places are expected to be made available not too long from now, September 2020. So, what does this all mean for you? Training providers who are agile and prepared will have the upper hand in accessing the opportunities that JobTrainer provides. Firstly, leverage on and expand the use of your existing technologies like Wisenet to help fill in any gaps of your business. So whether it's lead generation or resource management, assess and build on what your current investment can already do for you. Secondly, look at the scope of your delivery and shift your focus to future skills. For example, the infection control skill set was developed in May 2020 for a variety of industries such as cleaning, transport and logistics, food handling, and other essential economic sectors. Look at how you can bundle this with your existing online learning qualifications ahead of the published National Skills Commission short course list with a wider variety of essential industries such as aged care, childcare, security, and so on. Now, the implications of JobTrainer is that there will also be many short courses launched to assist job seekers with upskilling, whether it be in new technologies or preparing them for remote work. Strongly consider expanding your niche to include future-focused skills to keep yourself in the game. Now, thirdly, until an effective vaccine is developed and deployed for COVID-19, training providers who have not adapted their training delivery methods will find it increasingly difficult to keep up with ever-changing legislation, while also finding effective ways to keep their learners engaged. So as we've seen for a good portion of 2020, training delivery methods have had to adapt at very short notice to remote and online learning. So even if you are a face-to-face training provider, it is worth ensuring that your delivery and assessment strategies are amended to account for periods of integrated online learning on top of work placements. You have the tools at your disposal. So if you have not been able to promote e-learning as a priority, start to put in place strategies to account for integrated home-based learning as part of your overall curriculum. So we'll talk about different aspects of moving your business online, which one of the key aspects of going digital being an e-learning strategy, which is imperative in today's education climate. So for training providers who have staff unable to deliver face-to-face learning, Kickstart your online learning strategy by redeploying idle resources to formulate the necessary implementation of online learning so you are prepared and organized for new methods of learning and business demands. It is crucial to examine each part of your delivery to decide the areas suitable for an online audience and which need to stay on site. Assess the effectiveness of each mode of delivery against your content and make sure learners are getting their worth by staying engaged with your business. Next, you want to be able to prepare your e-learning content in accordance with compliance standards alongside delivering quality education to your learners. So remember, it's about creating value for them. So prepare and keep revising your content to the point where you are confident that it meets the same, if not better, standard than before. Now, a crucial part of a successful online learning strategy is selecting the right e-learning platform. Now, some factors to look out for are, of course, cost, learner experience, and of course, the ability to integrate with your existing software. There are many wonderful LMSs out there, such as Canvas and Cloud Assess, but one LMS that we highly recommend looking into is Moodle. Now, Moodle has been around for almost 20 years, and not only does it tick all three boxes, Wisenet has a native integration with it. And Wisenet staff are trained in various aspects of the Moodle setup, so we can get you up and running in no less than a week. If you have not already started looking at launching your online strategy, time is of the essence. So I highly encourage you to at least start looking into it. But if you don't know where to start, please contact us after the session so we can have a chat to help you get this priority going. Now, another key part of getting yourself prepared for the digital upswing is ensuring that you have an online sales model. Now look into your end-to-end process and assess if you are effectively generating leads, maintaining your inquiry database, and converting your prospective applicants into concrete student enrollments seamlessly. Now, one of the priorities to get on top of a digital upgrade is the need to have a website that is not only beautiful and user-friendly, but it also supports your digital marketing efforts and increases your online presence. So statistics from Google have shown that 63% of shopping occasions begin online. So this means that no matter where your customers are finally making their purchase, a large majority of the customer journey starts online. So this is why it's crucial for brands to have a strong online presence. Now, by improving the customer experience from the very first step, businesses have a higher chance of getting customers to buy from their store, or from their training organization for this matter. So many of you guys already have a website dedicated to your business, but has it actually been leveraged on to draw more enrollments and generate leads to increase your revenue? Now, as experts of both the training organization space and the digital space, Wisenet is providing free website consultations to not only access your website's content, design, and layout. We also do a search engine optimization, otherwise known as an SEO check, to help you reach better marketing decisions on building your brand to engage your target audience. So all of this works towards the goal of increasing your revenue opportunities by proactively engaging in the digital realm of your business. Now, with the JobTrainer initiative looming in the distance, training providers need to prepare for an upswing in the number of inquiries coming from prospective learners wanting to capitalize on the government's financial stimulus. So when there are heaps of applicants submitting online inquiries or calling to find out more, how are we going to ensure that every single one is not only answered, but followed up on? So this is where a sales CRM is needed to nurture your leads. So I'm just going to conduct a very quick poll here to see how many of you guys actually use CRMs, if not at all. Now, Ash, if you can, please launch the poll for us to have a quick look at the questions. So how do you track your leads? Now, let's take around 30 seconds to answer this poll. Right, good. I see some data coming in. Okay, now let's have a quick look at the results of the poll. Wonderful. So a large majority of you are tracking your leads using a form of a CRM or other. So there's some of you, 17%, that don't track your leads, which is okay. Now with no lead management though, many opportunities are lost and therefore potential revenue falls through. So if you are cautious of investing into a one-trick pony software, why not utilize the Wisenet Sales CRM, which is already available to you free of charge with unlimited users, regardless of your edition. So there are many criteria to what makes a CRM good, such as being able to communicate with your target audience quickly and efficiently. It also needs to have the ability to draw out data, identifying the key sources of your enrollments so you can draw insight into your marketing strategies. A CRM must also allow you to keep track of where your leads are within a sales pipeline to ensure no single prospective student falls through the cracks. So on top of what makes a good basic CRM, let's look at what elevates a good CRM to becoming great. So as having personal experience in both the sales and admin departments of an RTO, I can testify that the process from point of inquiry to confirmed enrollment is usually complicated, fraught with double handling, and where important aspects of the sale are sometimes lost in translation. So with the Wisenet Sales CRM, you now have complete learner end-to-end management from initial inquiry to close sale to enrollment to graduation. But how do we do that? So manage your sales funnel by creating your own custom stages and progress each opportunity through the pipeline. This not only provides a high-level overview of all leads within each stage, the high level of customizability also expands to the source of the opportunities, your sales owners, and various aspects of the pipeline as defined by your business. Now, on top of that, the built-in integration from Wisenet Sales CRM to Wisenet LRM can be triggered by simply moving an opportunity to the closed won stage. This allows you to directly enroll the learner into their selected course, creating a seamless transition from inquiry to enrollment. That way, you can now dedicate more time to ensuring learner success rather than managing data, giving you time to focus on your learners and not processes. Now, on top of that, there is 100% visibility with everything that goes on during the sales process. Everything is logged in the contact logbook, capturing every email, conversation, or document. You can see all events in chronological order, which will make it easier for you to pick up where you left off. So no longer will you have lost emails or overdue tasks to be completed. These interactions are sorted neatly against every contact record. You can also define the data you need for your sales records, customizing fields to sort your data meaningfully in order for you to pull data into your sales dashboards and reports. So for those of you who have external stakeholders who contribute to your overall numbers, you can also add them into the CRM as workplaces or agents and further nurture that relationship in order to build meaningful connections. So our built-in reports and dashboards will allow you to track enrollment and sales performance for better forecasting and decision-making. You can see where everything is at a glance, where your source of enrollments are from, which stage you have the most open opportunities, what's your revenue per month, per stage, over 12 months, and so forth. You can also use our sales reports to ensure you have the detailed information required to deploy successful marketing strategies. So when JobTrainer is released, you want to ensure you have the easiest way to convert your website visitors and sales leads into customers. So having an integrated online enrollment portal allows you to easily publish courses and intakes to your website for applicants to browse and apply. You can also accept payments instantly and securely to capture all essential data like USIs. Then these fields will be pushed directly into Wisenet LRM, saving you time by reducing the need for double data entering. Now you can review each course enrollment to check for credentials and eligibility so you can control the quality of your applicants. Now once the application is accepted and the student is enrolled, you can enable workflow automation via Learn Cycles to send out offer letters, confirmation emails, and a whole slew of other activities. With your end-to-end process kept in a single ecosystem, you are now prepared for the opportunities created by the JobTrainer program with the ongoing support of the Wisenet team from start to finish. Now, of course, there are those of you out there who already have existing or legacy software which work, and there are no plans to replace them in the near future. For those of you who seek to improve existing processes and reduce the efficiencies within your business, the Wisenet API can be used to integrate a multitude of systems in your business into one enterprise-wide platform. Now, this is achieved using endpoints, which links one application to another by the way of an interface, connecting your Wisenet account to anything and vice versa. But take note, this does require developers to map the field, but it does open up endless possibilities for you to further improve cohesion within your business. Now, continuing to look inward at your business, it's important to prepare and strengthen your existing Wisenet platform for a potential influx of students created by the JobTrainer initiative. I want to share with you some tips and tricks that we've picked up along the way to ensure you are aware of existing tools that can help you cope with any changes to delivery quickly and without fuss. So firstly, importing and copying in Wisenet. Now, the moment a new scope is released by training.gov.au, you can immediately import it directly from the source. You will have the course scope and their units in their entirety available in your Wisenet database for you to select and offer to your students in no time at all. Now, with a strong focus on short courses being made available through JobTrainer, you can copy your units and add them against another course when needed, removing the need to create them from scratch. So for example, if you want to offer a first aid short course, you can copy the unit delivering first aid from an existing qualification, such as individual support, and offer it up straight away. Likewise, for your annual or intake-based course offers, you can copy them and edit details accordingly, rather than create completely new ones. This significantly reduces the margin for error, saves heaps of admin time, and if your courses are published online for application, they will be up and running in no time. Now, it has also been forecasted that training providers with existing state or territory government funded contracts may have priority to deliver JobTrainer funded programs. So while this is not set in stone, just a disclaimer, it is important to know what tools you have to deal with an immediate requirement change. So one way that you can do that is through the enrollment update wizard found in the learners page. So this lets you change contracts quickly from a chosen date, should there be a need to indicate a contractual funding amendment. Another way to expedite requirement changes is from the enrollments section. You will be able to bulk update contracts with the single action, bulk add any units that students are now required to undertake under a changed program, or bulk enroll selected students into a new or parallel one if required. Now, it's also important to ensure that you are on top of managing your resources. Wisenet has various areas making it easy for you to record and delegate your resources, allowing you to assess what you have at the moment and what you will need should you be approved for JobTrainer funding. You can use the staff section of Wisenet to record down any details of your team, such as courses that they are approved to deliver in your organization, additional notes in the logbook, and assign them tasks to complete. If there are trainers, you can even assign them to their own learners by linking their profile to the respective classes and units. By ensuring all the essential data is captured, you can leverage Wisenet's existing resource management capability, which indicates resource clashes directly from the platform, like so. Now, the class wizard automatically highlights the resource clash as shown in the screenshot and gives you a chance to rectify it immediately. You can also run reports 0811, 0812 to have a high-level overview of where the venue and trainer clashes are, and for greater detail, report 0916 indicates where the learner's class clashes are. Now, ultimately, if you do increase the number of enrollments in your training organization, inevitably there will be a need for an increased number of delivery locations. Throw in social distancing restrictions, however, and the cost of maintaining physical locations yields diminishing returns. So as we discussed earlier, look into taking your delivery online and use locations such as Zoom rooms to conduct your classes. These can be set up as customized venues and classrooms in Wisenet, which is then populated into email templates and documents, such as training plans, and sent to learners to inform them of their virtual classrooms. Learners will also be able to see the Zoom classroom they need to access within their learner app. So at this point in time, let's break for a quick 10-minute Q&A session before I hand over to Ash. Now, please click on the Q&A icon at the bottom of your Zoom panel to start asking them, and we will get back to you online. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Nell. Right, we're just going to use this break to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, so we have a few coming
So,
in.
Stephen, is there any update on when the task feature might push a notification to a staff member as a reminder? So the notifications are already in place. If you go into the top right corner of your Wisenet, click on that person icon, there's like preferences that you can set up. There are two different options where you can get notified when the task is assigned to you or when it is updated. So you may want to just have a look at that, Stephen.
Those notifications do get sent to your email inbox.
Email, yep. Michelle, can Wisenet link through API to Zoho? Yeah, so the API endpoints are available for you to have a look at. Michelle, happy to talk to you about it and take you through the resources. Thanks, Stephen.
Thank you. Does anyone have more questions? Don't be shy, just feel free to chuck them in and we'll do our best to answer them. Cool.
Great. All right, I think then we'll just go ahead with the session. I'm here to talk about...
one more. Oh, sorry, actually, we do have one more.
Go.
From an attendee that just popped up. How can you send a message to a student about upcoming classes? So that's a very interesting question. There are a few ways that I will talk about in the afternoon session, improving your engagement with your learners. But basically, you can do so using class lists if you are on the Wisenet Premium Edition, or you can send it via the enrollment section, which I showed before. Now, if you have populated the venue, like I showed earlier, you can use that placeholder in an email template and students will be able to see the exact classroom they need to go to. I hope that helps. Will there be a transcript available? There will be recordings and we will post on our YouTube channel and on our Learn resource as soon as these webinars are finished. Okay.
Great.
Wonderful. Thank you, everybody. I'll just hand over to Ash.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. So as you know, the new fund will provide training places to help school leavers and job seekers access free or low-cost courses. So the workplaces can be used for tracking those details for any type of employment or training-based organization. Now, a workplace may be an employer of your trainees or apprentices, any organization where your learners have work experience or placements, or internal organizations or departments for employees who have learners. And if you're like an enterprise kind of thing, company, you can even have your different departments set up as different workplaces within Wisenet. A school that is your vet and school learners attend, that can be also created as workplaces in here. And you could also nominate a workplace to be a delivery organization if you're conducting workplace-based courses. Now, contacts from sales section that Nell was showing you before can also be added in from the beginning. It lets you keep track of your relationship with the organization. And if you've received many learners from a workplace, they can be linked. So, you know, where they can be sent and what positions they're in and what departments do they have to attend and their start and end dates of their working period, just not their enrollment dates, but also your working period start and end dates can be captured in Wisenet. Now, the workplace section allows you to manage your interactions as well via the logbook. You can keep notes and assign tasks and all those different things from within the workplace logbook. The A&P details, so you can capture the apprenticeship network provider details under the learners course enrollment. Obviously, due to the whole COVID situation, if you have an existing apprentice or trainee who's not making sufficient progress or is experiencing difficulties with their training, you can even communicate with the sales officer directly from within the logbook, the course enrollment logbook. And if a suitable strategy has been negotiated with the learner, you can even like recreate those training plans, change those start and end dates within the units, and all those things can be managed within the learner's profile. Now, the apprenticeship and the traineeship training plans may need to be adapted as new ways of working are introduced in the future. As Nell said, it could be, you know, going online, you may be using Zoom or a couple other things. So all those details can be put on the existing training plans that you have. They're all customizable. Now, understanding the implications for integrating new elective units in existing programs and offering these as standalone programs for job seeker will also be worth considering. Now, your report is in easy way to build and generate document templates, such as, you know, letters of offer, welcome letters, and credentials, and all those things that we spoke about yesterday. But training plans can also be created and customized. Now, Wisenet provides you with a choice of pre-designed templates. However, you can create and upload your custom training plan template as quickly as editing a Word document. So just click on the link, it will download the document for you. And as you may already know, there are three main things to maintain for a traineeship or an apprenticeship learner. You have your training plan, your training contract, and the training delivery by the RTO. So all those details can be added onto your training plan. The templates enable you to communicate with a group of people, such as learners from a course offer, without manually filling in the details for each individual recipient. You can generate the training plans as well as employer resource assessments if you're doing any from within the business, the ERAs as they call it, in bulk from within the course offer enrollments page. Or you can even automate it using learn cycles. Just like the way we saw the inquiry process before, you can have something after you enroll them. So with the confirmation of enrollment that you're sending out to the learner, you can get the system to automatically generate that training plan based on the courses and the units that you've enrolled them into, and email it to the learner as well as the workplace contact. And at the same point in time, you can also enable their online learning, like e-learning access, their learner app access, and you can set all these things to be true. You can even sync to Xero from within the learn cycle, so you can add it to the process so you can take care of your finance as well. If you're charging them an additional administrative fee or like a resource fee or something, you can even manage those invoices through Xero. So think about like how you can leverage these features in the system and talk to us. Obviously, we don't know who's going to be approved or what courses you're going to be putting on scope at this point in time, or what's being funded, or how much money you're going to be getting. But it's good to have that plan and the roadmap ready for you guys. So happy to kind of chat one-on-one on what processes you're planning to, you know, change or improve in Wisenet, and we can engage and help you set it up better. The unit date scheduler. So this is one of the most underutilized tools in Wisenet. You can use the scheduler to auto schedule your dates for your units. Now, not everybody has the time to go in and change unit by unit and have like staggering start and end dates for each of those units for the training plan purposes. Obviously, you can't have all units start on the same date on your training plans. So use this tool. This is from within the unit enrollments page of your students. So the schedule feature allows you to select unit enrollments and schedule start and end dates, which can be evenly split across a specific enrollment period. So if you're given a start and end date for your courses, you can easily schedule your unit enrollments within that time period. You can also have stages, you know, or even by type. Like if you're going to deliver all your core units first and then the electives, it can even kind of schedule your core and then the elective accordingly. Or if you have put in stages, the stages will help you identify which unit is delivered after what. If there are prerequisites, for example, then the scheduler can easily kind of schedule depending on the stages that you have added within the units. Logbooks. Nell went through this, but she'll be going in detail into managing these strategies as well, and, you know, communicating with your learners in the afternoon session. But as mentioned before, you can save important notes and documents against workplace, your learner, as well as the course enrollment logbooks. Capture every email, conversation, SMSs, and tasks against each logbook. See all events in a timeline, making it easy for you to pick up from where you left off. And this is obviously accessible by all admin users. And if you have any like workplaces who are wanting to see any of this communication, you can even copy them into these emails that you're sending out to your learners or staff members. Now let's look at some workplace-based reports that you can run from within Wisenet, which can help you kind of monitor those students and see how they're progressing in their units. The 0051 is a great report. It's kind of a unit matrix report. It gives you the course offer, lists all the students within that course offer, and also gives you details of the workplaces. And there could be, again, multiple workplaces in the same course offer. It doesn't matter. It picks up all those learners, as well as gives you the unit of competencies on the right. So you can see what units they've completed and what are pending, and if they're falling below the average percentages. So if you have to make changes to your training plan, or give them a call and kind of communicate better and help them achieve that qualification, all that can be done using this report. So remember, you can subscribe to reports of your choice and have them delivered to yourself or the workplaces via an email. So this is a great report which kind of allows you to run a report per student, giving you a better understanding of their unit of competencies as well as their outcomes and results. Now, obviously, the first challenge for you all was to adapt your businesses to deal with the health impacts of COVID-19 and government policies, and responding to contain it. The next big challenge is obviously going to be bridging that gap as these stimulus measures are taken back and new economic realities become apparent and the JobTrainer funding starts to flow. So guys, it's time. You may need to refresh your business continuity plans in light of the new market dynamics, particularly if second and third waves of COVID-19 infections lock down face-to-face training that has been purchased under job training funding as well. So as part of this process, it's worth reflecting on the current processes you have in place and speak to us on ways to prepare your RTO for the inevitable swing. Now, before I end my talk, we have a quick poll to know if you even read our blogs. So you're going to have a poll pop up on your screen now. Please do let us know if you've read our blogs. So there's a new blog that was released this week, and all our blogs are published on our website. So if you just go onto the main page, thanks for putting the information in. So I can see that 70, almost 80, I'm still getting those numbers there. So almost 80% of you don't read our blog. So it's on our website, and we had a new blog sent out this week on JobTrainer and how you JobTrainer funding and how you can help your business kind of use these tools and engage with us and all that. So please do read our blogs. I'm sure it'll be helpful for your business. Now, before we end, we have a quick quiz. As Nal said, for you to be able to win a hoodie as well as enter a draw for a $500 gift card. So now we'll be putting that on the chat window for you to just click into and answer your questions. And we should also have a lucky winner. So now we'll be announcing the lucky winner shortly for today's presentation.
So, I mean, for the blog as well, on top of just talking about JobTrainer, we also post very relevant topics such as ways to work efficiently during a pandemic, the ways to take your training provider online. So there's a lot of great insights, statistics, and a lot of thought that goes into each and every blog post. So if you haven't looked at it before, I highly recommend you check it out. And like Ash said, let's commence with the quiz. And here's the link for everyone. Let's take around 5 to 10 minutes to complete this quiz. The winner will get a chance to win $500, which will be announced at the end of all the virtual discovery sessions. Now, let's see who our lucky winner of a single Wisenet hoodie is. And that is Shireen Shaikh from Lawson College. Yay.
Congratulations, Shireen.
Congrats, Shireen. You still in the session? If you are, please raise your hand. Virtually, of course.
Oh, there we go. Congratulations, Shireen.
Congrats, yay. We'll get your contact details soon and get your hoodie posted to you. So obviously we can't go and visit you, although we would love to. But, you know, that's Melbourne. Okay, so let's see how the quiz responses are doing. Take your time, please. We will have it on till about midday today as well. So likewise, if you guys have any questions, if you finished the quiz and you have any questions for us, Ash and I will stay back to answer any of them. Whether you want to discuss a strategy that you have in your head, we can have a chat about it either here or offline, but you know, feel free to share anything that you might have.
And feel free to give us a call at any time or submit a ticket, and we're here to help. Now we'll also be posting the 30-minute engagement meeting link in the chat for you to just book in a time with us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, happy to take any questions if you may have. For people who have missed today's session, we'll be having the recording soon on our videos page, and you'll also be sent an email tomorrow with the link for you to access the recording.
So here's the 30-minute engagement link for you guys as well, if you want to book in a time with us to have a chat.
Stephen,
yeah. Go for it, Mary. Thank you.
Thanks. Hey, Stephen, it's Mary. Stephen, book in a time and we can go through this with you, because the booking of the online enrolment's fairly easy. It's through your course offers and you publish your courses. It's literally just a link that you put on your website. So we're quite happy to do that one-on-one with you.
Book in a time on that calendar link that we posted up, and then one of us will take you through that process. Any more questions for you guys? All right.
Awesome. If there are no further questions, thank you so much for attending today. Keep us, keep supporting us, and yeah, give us a call if you have any questions, and happy to help. And Alan, myself will be here to help you, and the entire engagement team. Thanks for helping today, Mary.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
See you in the afternoon session. Take care.
Bye-bye.
See ya.